Well, hello, everybody. This is Dr. Karlfeldt. So today, let's talk a little bit about thyroid health. I mean, why is the thyroid important? Well, we all think about thyroid for energy and for weight loss, and you are right. Yeah, they are important for both those things. So frequently, people go and they get their thyroid test from a medical doctor, and the doctor says, it looks fine. Your labs look great, and you tell them, well, why am I gaining weight? Why am I losing hair? Why am I exhausted? So all of when you look upon the thyroid, you want to look upon the functionality and recognize that you are more than a blood test. And frequently, the medical doctors, all they test is TSH, which stands for thyroid stimulating hormone, and that is the little signal that's sent from the pituitary. So that's not even the thyroid, it's from another gland that produces TSH. And so you measure then your thyroid health based upon what another gland is doing, but not really what your thyroid is doing. So what you should do in reality is that you want to test your thyroid, which is your total T3, your free T3, and total T4 and free T4. And you want to also check your reverse T3 and maybe even antibody, thyroid antibodies, to see if you deal with like Hashimoto's or thyroiditis or something like that. So, blood tests, usually what you get at the medical doctor, is not sufficient to be able to tell you, what's going on with the thyroid. But over and above that, you need to then treat based upon how you're feeling. So if you are feeling tired, if you have a hard time focusing, dealing with brain fog, maybe losing hair more than you would like to, your skin is dry, you deal with either hypertension or anxiety, or there's so many different symptoms that come along with when the thyroid is not doing what it needs to do. Just because thyroid helps with that metabolic activity, which means your energy production within the cell. Thyroid and adrenals are the two glands that work hand in hand in order to make sure that your energy is where it needs to be. So what can you do then to support your thyroid gland and optimize its function? So there are a number of nutrients. So I'm going to show you a little bit what I do in my practice, for my patients, so that you can do the same and see, so we can improve your thyroid function, and maybe you can lose a little bit more weight if that's what you're looking for. Maybe you can gain more energy, and if you're dealing with anxiety, depression, then maybe this can then help in those areas, as we are then supporting the thyroid gland. So the main one that I tend to bring in, so I'm actually going to bring in two. So this here, let me see. Here we go, right there. So this is a fantastic trio of supplements to help to fuel and feed your thyroid with whole food nutrition and reduce inflammation and stress on your thyroid. So Thytrophin, which is this one right here, that one is like an anti-inflammatory for the thyroid. So it doesn't actually give you the actual thyroid hormone. So you can do this one in combination, even if you are on a thyroid hormone and you feel like it's not doing enough. So Thytrophin, this one, it actually, so when the thyroid is suffering and having a tough time, there's going to be some cells from the thyroid that kind of leaves it and goes into circulation. The immune system is going to see those little thyroid cells and say, hey, you don't belong here. You're supposed to be where the thyroid is. And so it goes after that and then create these antibodies, and so but after it's attacked, then these little cells, thyroid cells in the bloodstream, it then actually start to go after the thyroid in itself, which puts a lot of stress on the thyroid, and it starts to become inflamed, and it has to kind of deal with the immune system going after it. Thytrophin, this one, it really then it becomes like a flare, so that it says, hey, immune system, go after me instead and leave the thyroid alone. And so the immune system will then go after thytrophin, which will then allow the thyroid to start to then repair and regenerate and take in nutrients and heal. So then these are the two, trace mineral B12 and organically bound minerals. That combination is powerful to fuel and feed the thyroid, and they're whole food nutrients. So it's not just different chemical vitamins and minerals. These are whole food nutrients that come in a complex with all the different minerals and vitamins and enzymes and all these aspects that the thyroid really need. So usually for an individual that is tired and really wants to lose weight, I start with thytrophin, 3 a rise and 3 between lunch dinner. So it's a little bit better to do in between meals. And then for the for the trace mineral B12, I do 1 breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the same with the organic bound minerals, 1 breakfast, lunch, dinner. That tends to be kind of a good nutritional support, for the thyroid. And then you can add some other things as well. There's this herbal combination, thyroid complex, which is a powerful blend of herbs to also help to support thyroid function. It has a little bit of iodine in it and other herbs to kind of add to thytrophin if you want to kind of bring that little extra support. And this one I would probably do, start with 1 breakfast, 1 lunch, and then you can increase maybe to 2 and 2. You don't want to do it too close to bedtime because it supports a thyroid function, and you don't want the thyroid to be kind of hyper functioning or working hard when you're going to sleep. You want things to calm down at that time. So you don't want to kind of make the thyroid more active. So start with like 1 breakfast, 1 lunch of this, and then if you feel you need a little bit more after a couple of weeks, then you can go up to 2 breakfast, 2 lunch. And usually that's kind of where I want to keep it. I don't want to go that much higher, with this one. Then for people, that are, struggling with weight loss, in addition to, supporting then the thyroid directly, you have this product called Coleus Forte that really is great, both for like blood sugar regulation. I'm sorry, for blood pressure regulation. But it also is amazing when you're struggling, wanting to lose those extra few more pounds. So this, you can add this, doing like 1 breakfast, lunch, dinner, and that's a great addition to the thyroid support that I just showed you. And then if you feel you need a little bit more energy, because we talked one of the videos that I've done talking about the adrenals and how important they are. So this, the ginseng, rhodiola ginseng, is really good to support then the adrenal function and also help you to deal with stressors. So this would be a good addition, doing like 1 breakfast, 1 lunch, tend to be good for this. So you can, for a little bit more energy when you're supporting the thyroid. So this is a great program to really help with your thyroid. And obviously, in addition to this, you want to eat well. So taking these supplements and then eating sugar and ice cream and drinking soda pop and lots of coffee and all these kind of things is going to make it hard to then regenerate the thyroid. So you want to also eat appropriately, good quality fats. Stay away from the white sugar, white flour, anything that turns into sugar quickly, because that's put a lot of stress on the body. And then also stay away from bad quality fats, which are very inflammatory in nature, which then puts a lot of stress on the body. And then obviously make sure that you sleep well, create a good sleep environment around you that always help them to regenerate the body. So this is a great program for you that you can use to fuel and support your thyroid health. People, obviously, they come to me and they pay a lot of money to see me, but this is something that you can do in your home and just kind of start to make your thyroid healthy again.